Still rise. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, what's a word that's challenging you? What's an objection you get? What's a fear you got? I had some cuckoo for Cocoa Puff amazing dreams last night. So my meditation was squirrely, 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 chasing squirrels and tails. So I said, I'm just going to open it up and have somebody throw out a word, a conversation, a dialogue, a hiccup, a hang up. Let's see here. Put my glasses on. I think some things are being written in the chat. Too slow to achieve success. Well, so if we look at that, if we look at too slow, the question then becomes, is the vehicle that you have the transport method? Listen carefully. The thing that can transport you from here to there, the strategy, the vehicle, the tool, the capacity of the tool. I'll give you an example. If you have uh, a sink that needs to be drained, and the hole on it, the drain hole is big enough to drain the sink, but it doesn't drain it faster, what do? You got to get a bigger drain hole. You got to create a bigger area to allow flow to go through. So the question then becomes, is your is your um is the method capable of achieving your income? The strategy is the tool that you go to use, right? So if you wanted to open up a jar, right? So you wanted to take the lid off a jar and you gave it to a 2-year-old. Could a 2-year-old get it open if the jar was loose, right? But a 2-year-old can't get open sometimes the big pickle jar. You following me? So if the strategy, if the methodology, if the vehicle is can get you there fast, then it's either the road you're on or the driver of the vehicle. That's it, period. If the vehicle works, then it's either the driver or the road. And the road is the path you've chosen to take to get to there. And you, as the driver, how you choose to use the tool. So if success is too slow, you've got either to change the path, change the vehicle, or change the driver. Well, if the vehicle and the path are clear and smooth and they're okay. So if it's the driver, then we have to go back and we've got to look at the fundamentals. Do you understand how to get to why you're on the path? Do you understand why you're driving on the path, why you're using that tool? And then it truly comes down to state. It truly comes down to state. It doesn't matter the strategy. The strategy will always work. It's the state. It's the Wallace D. Wattles do things in a certain way. That's what it comes down to. Do things in a certain way. Well, I don't know the certain way. I've tried everything. You've got to keep trying something different. The big thing, it's your mind. It is literally the way that you vibrate. Bob Proctor has talked about it. Everybody has talked about it. It's talked about it in the Bible on the way to. It's who you become on the way to. It's never the thing. It's never the destination. It's always the journey. So the question then becomes, what habit are you doing that is continually consistent that's not working? Did you write out your gratitude blessings? Do you spend an hour in meditation? And if those things come up and say, well, I did my blessings, but to spend an hour in meditation, I can't spend more than 15 minutes. That's the clue. That's the secret right there. You listen to people who wildly stop, who wildly start doing amazing success. They're in some kind of workshop meditation daily for 2 hours. 2 hours of reading, 2 hours of quiet time, 2 hours of reflection. It's called self-introspection. And the challenge is we very rarely, the DIY method of self-introspection, we have come up with ways to avoid looking into our own spirit, into our own soul, that it's absolutely. I gave you the 100 questions in the Decision of Self. You may want to check those out. Introspection, facilitated introspection question. Hello, what's your name? Beamish. So, another one, no support. Well, do you know what the support is you need? To say you have no support is not true, because you've got support to do something. What do you need the support to do? What do you want the support to do? And if you have no support, you're asking the wrong people for support. That's what it comes down to. There's people out there who want to help you. There's mentors who are seeking students to help, to be guidance, to be guiders, to be a guidance for. There's books out there. There's tapes out there. There's YouTube videos out there. There is no lack of support. There's only lack of awareness, right? If I wanted to go learn how to cut down a tree, I'm not an arborist. I don't know anybody who's an arborist, but I could find somebody. I could find somebody locally. I learned about bees from the internet, right? And then I got my hands on, right? I had a hive and just had a whole bunch of robber bees. I didn't call them robber bees. I call them borrowing bees. Because they didn't have a queen, but they came and I offered them, they found it. And then I figured, well, I'm not going to resist it, but I offered them the honey that was in the slats that I had, and they all came and they enjoyed it. And I could sit there and listen to them. I love listening to the bees. But my point is that I didn't know about bees. Now, I would have thought I would have had another hive, but I know I didn't have a hive because I learned about bees. My question is what do you need to learn about that you can go find support on? It's really not that difficult. You need to ask. Talking about I don't know what popline my life. Poplin? I'm not sure what that word is. So while I'm trying to figure that out. What else? Edited. Talking about people in my life. What to support you doing what? I'm not sure. Because if it's not education, then, and I'm not talking about there's book education and there's life education. So I'm not sure. No people to help me with my business. Well, why should anybody help you with your business? It's a real question. Is there a vision big enough, strong enough that people say, "Ooh, I want to be a part of that"? That's how people join communities. That's how communities start, is they say there's a vision. They go, well, I want to be a part of that. And so nobody's going to help you build your business. Nobody's ever helped me build my business. Not one person has ever helped me build my business. They helped me build my business because I was part of their bigger vision. I decided to say, I want to be a part of your vision. And they could decide, okay, I'm going to help you in my vision. I'm going to help you take care of your vision. Because I don't want to do it by myself. Well, then you're in the wrong business. You're in the wrong business to do it by yourself. There's no business that you won't do by yourself. Even relationships is a solo business that works in harmony. That's the key word. A relationship, Michelle and I are independent individuals. We're in a relationship together. Yet if one of us decides to back out, it's an all by yourself kind of thing. So I take care of me for her and she takes care of her for me, but we have to take care of ourselves. It is a solo business. We are in a solo life. And this idea of that we listen, there's no, what do they say? There's no, um, oh, what's the story? I guess there's no rich hermit, I guess would be the statement. Every business we're in, doesn't matter what business we're in, we need people in our life. If I'm a nurse, if I'm going to get paid nurse wages, right? I go to college and I go to university and I study and I do all of the tests and I become an RN, a registered nurse. I spent half a dozen years getting educated, depending upon when I do it in my life. The only way I'm going to get paid is if I have people to go see. So everything requires people. And the reason I might get paid better as a nurse is because of my people skills. Every business you're in, if you're looking for support, you've got to start with you. What have you done in the last 24 hours to take care of you and your business? What did you study? Who did you thank? How many thank yous did you send out yesterday? You're not understanding what I'm saying. Okay. You want people to help build your businesses. I guess that's what I'm hearing. Because if the first question was no support, then it said people in my business. No people to help me with my business. To help you build your business or to educate you in your business? Hey, there's Luis from Spain, España. So this is what's called mental toughness. Build together, not educate. I can do that myself. Okay. So do you have the skills to draw people into your business? You might need to learn how to do that. I don't know. Um, what's the big reason? What's the reason somebody would do business with you? What's the reason they get to brag? That's period. That's the end of the story. Right? What is the reason people are going to brag on spending time with you? It's called your brand. Why do they want you to be a part of their business? Why do they want to be a part of your business? That's the answer you got to come up with. Because there's plenty of people out there who want to do what you do. It's a $7 trillion industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, network marketing. There's people all the time looking for side gigs. There's people all the time looking for opportunities, looking for community. That's the best thing I think that network marketing is about, is the community, right? There's always the 5 parts to it. There's the company, there's the company, there's the timing, there's the trend, right? There's the timing of the industry, the trend that's going on in the industry, the product, and you. Out of those 5 things, what are you looking for? How are you searching for people in any of those 5 markets? And I'm glad that you can do the education by that for yourself, because I can't educate myself. I have to have lots of other things to help guide me and teach me. So, but to have people to build the business to support you, what skills, what talents, what benefits do you get in supporting others? Because if I know if I got to go help somebody move, here's the thing. There's the image that came into my head. If I got to go help somebody move, let's say my neighbor Charles says, "Hey, listen, can you come help me move?" Hey, brother, I'd be happy to. Tell me when. Come tomorrow at noon. Awesome. I come to support him to help move, and he's sitting outside in an easy chair with an umbrella and a drink, and I'm doing all the moving. That ain't support. So you gotta define, what does support mean? To collaborate with you, to participate with you. So who else? What's something that's eating your lunch? What's an objection you hear all the time? What's an objection you're hearing in your own head? Even that, building a business. So so you've got it in order for somebody to collaborate with me, they go through an interview process, but they also have enough content out there to go Google me and say, okay, I want more of that. Joseph McClendon III would say, when people hear you speak, do they say, I want more, I want some of that? Is your vision clear enough that they go, I want to be a part of that? I don't know what it looks like. I don't know how it tastes. I don't know how it feels, but I want to be a part of that. And that's the question you have to ask. Are your conversations invitation worthy? That's how you build a business. Why do people stand in line for an iPhone? For iPhone, I don't know what's coming out. iPhone 32. I don't know what number it is. I think I have a 12. I don't know. I don't know what the next number is. Why do people stand in line? Why do people spend $1,000 on a phone and not on a business? They spend $1,000. Now, if they have a business, it's a real cheap investment to spend $1,000 on a multi-tool like that. But why do people spend a lot? Why do they want to be first to have the latest, greatest? What version of you are they getting? What version of business acumen are they getting? Are they getting the 1900s version? Are they getting the 2000 version? Are they getting the 2020 version? Are they getting the 2025 version? What is the latest point? What version of success are you teaching? What version of success do they get when they plug into you? That'd be the question. Hey, Louise, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Sean and everyone. How are you, Sean?
Outstanding.
That's awesome. I love it. So am I. And my I don't know if you saw it and maybe it didn't make sense. I have been in such a great state in the last couple days.
Awesome. Whose fault is that?
It's my fault. And I absolutely
Isn't that funny to say?
It is, and I love it. And here's what happened this morning.
Oh, shocking.
First of all, yesterday, as a result, I mean, it was almost so you wouldn't believe what happened.
Really?
I actually had someone raise their hand, come into get in my face and said, I need you. And I went, you do?
Well, all righty then.
And she said, yeah, yes. And then we got it cleared up. Anyway, I'm very excited, and we're in the process of meeting and that sort of thing. Today, I'm so overthinking it.
What are you overthinking?
The whole process.
What process of what?
Am I going to bring value? Am I
Does it matter?
Does it matter?
Yeah. That you're going to bring value.
Yes, I want to bring value to her.
Okay, so who determines whether it's valuable or not? You or her?
She does.
Okay, so what did she say? How did this conversation kick off?
She came up to me and said, I need you.
Awesome. Great. Let's get started.
That's what I keep going over in my head that I didn't say.
Okay.
So
what's the interview process? She said, I need you. Doesn't she already? Wouldn't you assume? I know we don't want to assume, but wouldn't you assume she sees value in you already?
I didn't go there.
No, that's what I'm asking though now.
But yes, you're absolutely right.
Well,
Yes.
it's not about right. It's that she said, I need you. Great. What
Yes,
can how
it's
can I be of
and she
service?
saw
Okay, let's have an interview. Let's find out if let's find out if you're insane or not. Because I think you're crazy if you need me. Is that what the conversation's gonna be like?
that has been going through my head today. Yes.
Okay, awesome. So do you want to work harder? It sounds like you want to work harder.
I really don't.
Okay, awesome.
So
So what three things does she need help with? That's what you'll find out. What three
yes, that's
things
what
are
we're
on
gonna
your
find
radar?
out. Well, the second thing was, Louise, I am a hot mess, so don't judge me. And I went, no, I do that enough of my own. I have no judgment left for anybody else. That was and now and today we're having a call.
Awesome.
How how
Yep, go ahead. How's okay?
how is it that I just popped right out of state?
Because it came too easy. You don't have the story of this is supposed to happen. You didn't fall into it and go, look at that, the universe over delivers. You haven't thanked the universe yet. You haven't decided to stay in gratitude. This is the result of your gratitude. And now when it shows up, you went, bitch, get out of here.
Help that this is this is a time, just stay in gratitude. I'm
Yes.
thanking.
How could you
I was
not stay in gratitude? You were given exactly what you want, and you're like, I don't want that. What the hell is wrong?
Well, ultimately in my head it was, wow, it works. That was too easy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just get back in the state.
Well, think
I've
about
been
why would she say I need you? See, this got to the core. Why would she say she needs you?
with she's
Why
there
would she
there
say
was
she needs you?
because she saw value in me.
Okay. So is it okay for you to have value?
Absolutely.
No, it's not. Why are you lying?
What do you mean?
You just because you fell out of state, so you don't believe you have value. Don't lie to me.
Oh,
I'm gonna make you own it. You got to get mad. You got to get firing mad to go. Screw you. I am valuable. You're not getting mad.
and this, yeah,
Yeah.
these are things I
Right.
said
Good.
to
Throw
myself.
up.
And this morning, normally, this habit of being in the last couple of years, getting up at this time, and never a problem. I have not been able to keep
Shocking.
from just
Really.
falling into.
Oh, poor
I'm
baby. Sucks to be you. Wah, wah, wah. Tell your story walking. We're filled up on crazy. We don't need any more crazy. Tell your story walking.
oh, just walk.
See, this is the problem with a lot of groups. You'd show up and everybody go, oh my gosh, but you're so nice. No, you're not. You're an idiot if you didn't fall in love with yourself. He
Nice.
said, I love you. And you're like, I don't even love me. Why should you love me?
Mm. Okay, did you want to skin me some more? That's fine.
Sure. Because this is the undevelopment.
Wow.
She came up and said, I love you. Help
Yes, she
me.
did.
And you're like, love you? I don't even love me. Why would I help you? Let's talk about it. Let's have some more dialogue about it. Let's see if we can talk ourselves out of this relationship.
And yeah, it has it. I am mad at that. And I went,
Congratulations, by the way.
thank you. That
That wasn't
and
a
actually, do I want to get out of this state of madness? Probably not, because I want to be mad to get to.
sure. Yeah, now you got somebody to be mad at me.
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah. And you see how hard I'm taking it.
Yes, it's it's Oh my gosh.
Hold on, let me see if I can get a tear. Louise,
No, you.
Louise is mad at me. Hold on. Hold on. Hmm?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. How do you want to get started is exactly what went through my head this
So
morning.
what's her first
You
name?
asked that.
What's her first name?
Oh, Corey.
Corey. Hey, Corey. Hey, listen. I gotta first of all, let me apologize. For what? Listen, my brain went off to cuckoo land. You came to me and said, I need you. You know what? I probably need you too. I needed you probably more than you know. So let me ask you this. How can we get started and how can we serve each other? How can I be of best service to you? And how can you use my skills to help me get better?
Perfect.
Because there's a part of her that said, I am so vulnerable right now. I need you. I am a hot mess. A hot mess is an overused term that nobody really knows what a hot mess is.
No.
But we know what it's not. We know it's not an nobody wants to be an organized chill, right? So we need you say, listen, we need your hot mess. Your hot mess is what's going to make this thing work. So let's go make the hot mess. Let's go put it inside of a framework that serves you. Because we need some heat in this world. We need some people who are passionate. We need some people who are just out there slinging it. Let's see if we can't do it in an organized fashion. Let's see if we can't get your alignment back. I still need you to be hot.
This what you're saying, these words, this sort of conversation goes through my head. It it's like having a language in my head that I understand. I hear it, I understand it, but it doesn't come out of my mouth to
Okay,
act.
so say it. Say, hey, listen, I gotta first. So say what I'm saying. Say, hey, listen, Corey. Uh, First of all, I need to apologize. I want my brain went to cuckoo land after you just walked up to me and said, I need you. Go ahead, say it.
Hey, Corey, I need to apologize. My brain went to cuckoo land, and I just need you to know I need you as much as you need me.
You didn't say that's not what I said. That's not what I said in that state. Hey, Corey, hey, listen. I got first of all, let me apologize. My brain went to a hot mess when you said I need you. So you didn't say that.
No, I didn't.
No. Because I don't want to be needed. I want to be of service. I want to be of guidance. I want to be of sacrifice. I don't want to be the queen of all get out.
I'm writing the words down so I say them. Okay. Hey, Corey, I need
Oh,
to
that sounds like you're
apologize.
going to tell her her dog just died.
Okay. Hey, Corey. Well,
Hey,
we're gonna be
Corey.
in a
Hey, Corey,
conversation.
your goldfish died.
Yeah.
I got some bad news. So do you think
Oh my gosh. I I think it's the hey Corey because I don't I it's like okay I need to I know anyway. Let me just try this. Hey Corey, I need to apologize.
you need
She's
from
gonna
me,
freak out
Corey?
with that anyway. Ah! Okay, I have the director right in front of me telling me how explaining to me what I need to do in this. I'm having hard time. All right.
Sure.
Hey Corey, I need to apologize to you. Yesterday when you came up to me and said, you need me. I went completely, I went, it's gone.
Isn't this fun?
I'm really, there's
And now
very,
you're sweating.
I totally am. I'm pitting out is what I am.
So, but while we're doing, it's you and me talking.
It is.
Corey's not even in the room,
No.
and you're freaking out.
Well, I don't want to tell her goldfish died.
No. So listen, you've got here's the challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, please pay attention to this. You can go get a script from anybody. The challenge is the script you're running in your head isn't serving you. It's keeping you where you're at. Period. End of story. Regardless of science, regardless of your understanding of pseudopsychogenesis or the Nest program or brain talk or self, your words are keeping you stuck where you're at. You get a new script. We're practicing it here now, live. Of course, that's the little bit of the intimidating part. But we can't get the state. She can read it, but we can all hear that the first time. She said, hey, Corey, I just, oh my God, did you hit my car? What happened? This comes down to how valuable understanding the way it's not about doing certain things. It's about doing them in a certain way. So I want you to put a smile on your face and go, hey, Corey, and just say, hey, Corey.
Hey, Corey.
Is Corey your friend?
Yes.
Okay. So, hey, Corey. Hey, listen, Corey, when you said you needed me yesterday, you sent my brain to cuckoo land. She did. She sent it, but you allowed it to buy the freaking ticket. So what you're doing is so here's the science behind it. You're using the law of reciprocity. You send my brain to cuckoo land. Oh, I didn't want to do that is what's happening in her head. So I got my brain back. And I want to make sure I bring value to you. So what are the 3 things we need to focus on when we get started? Because if there's 3 things that you want that I can't help you with, I'll be the first one to tell you. I think I can. Right? You never want to corner a coward. Here's the solution. This is the only way out.
Yeah.
That's why, and that's called building reciprocity. That's called building relationship. Hey, listen, I think I can help you. I'm not sure, but if I can't, is it okay if I tell you I'll be the first one to say, listen, I can't help you with those, but I got some people who could. I probably can. Is it okay if we have a little quick dialogue and get focused before we get started? This comes down to just, you have to, you got one sentence that you're struggling with for 5 minutes. I would suggest you practice it.
Hey, Corey was the problem.
Yeah. So you listen, I'm as goofy as most. There's a lot of people goofier, I'm sure, but I'm as goofy as most. But if we sit down to have a dialogue, there's no doubt I know what I'm talking about. But you don't need to feel intimidated because I know what I know. I've got 40 years of experience. We'll just shave that information off as we get to it. You don't need to know everything I know. You need to know what's next for you. And can I help you get to what's next? And then the question you're always going to have, the client is always going to have, the customer is always going to have, well, if I get to X, can they get me to Y? Yeah. But too many people say, here's Z. Well, how do I get to A? Well, hell, I don't know. I'm just going to focus you on Z. Go make $7 million. Yeah, but what do I do to get started? Well, you got to build your business. You got to do, well, I don't want to do that. I know, that's why I talk about Z. It's a lot easier for me to talk about Z because we get all excited and then I send you off on your own and you wind up going, I can't catch my finger. Well, it's impossible because you don't know the fundamentals. So it's never the words. It's just isn't it what you're seeing right now? The words are 7% of the presentation.
Yeah.
Maybe hey, Corey, listen, before we get started, I got to say thank you. Yesterday, you sent me off on on a growth spurt, on a cuckoo for Cuckoo Puffs growth spurt, I never thought was possible. So I got to say thank you for the way you approached me yesterday. I loved it. Practice. You got to throw out 1,001 practices. You got to say this talking. You got to look in the mirror and talk. Hey, Corey, are you smiling? Hey, Corey, thanks for helping me. I really want to help you get started. So let me see if I can't take the energy out of the room. And so what do you need?
Just suck the life out of everything right there. I hear it. Oh my
Because if
goodness.
she's a hot mess, you gotta match them.
I will match it. Yes,
You gotta be a hot
can do
mess.
that. Yes.
Say, you brought my hot messness out in me, and I loved it. You hear me say these things. So when some say, what do you do? I get asked by a lot of sharp people that question. Didn't I just put you in the sharp group? Without me saying, hey,
Yes.
listen, I think you're
Yes.
sharp.
Yes.
When you challenge me, you're sharp. When you have a good question for me, you're sharp. You ask me about me, you're really sharp. You want to know about me. I think you're genius if you want to know about what I do. But I'm not going to say it going, hey, listen, it's about time you understood who you think you're talking to. You should ask me what do I do?
Oh my.
It's all the same thing, isn't it?
It is.
Hey, listen, sharp people ask me questions like that all the time. I'm excited to have this dialogue. Ooh, I'm sharp. They hear these things and the brain goes, well, I've never had the response to that in a question. Instead of going, you saw my 7 books that I'm a part of, that I'm 6-time #1 bestseller and an international bestseller. I'm a #1 R&B artist. You found that, right? You searched that on the internet. You saw that I've stood on stage in 35 plus countries. I've been translated into over 40 different languages. I've built organizations from 30,000 in 18 months to 300,000 in 3 years. I've been the vice president of a $200 million network marketing company. My teaches and trainings have helped generate close to $2 billion in revenue. You saw that, right? So that's why you want to know who I am. No, nobody cares. I'm a sheep farmer in Arkansas.
I will be listening to. I will be I will be practicing because this is on. Oh, good. It's YouTube.
Doesn't this make sense?
It makes total sense. This
So
is
what have you
why I
been? So
needed to
this is
talk
so
to
I
you.
can tell you the challenges. You haven't been practicing the service. You've been practicing the indentured servitude.
Yes, yeah, busted. Bonus busted. BB.
so that's a new phrase we can use. BB.
Thank you, Sean.
But
know
it's
what
freeing, isn't it? Isn't it freeing?
It is freeing. I
Because
was
now,
reminded.
God, if somebody loves you and says, I need you,
Oh my
awesome.
gosh.
Silver platter. Did she happen to touch you at all while she was asking you?
She did. She put her hand on my shoulder.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, screw that. Let's take the energy out of that. Let's get down to this. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. The hell? That intimate contact, relationship. She's an outgoing person.
She is.
Yeah.
She is.
She took your outgoing and left.
Thank you.
What'd you learn? What'd you like?
I learned that it's not me that identifies whether I'm valuable or not. It's the person who raises their hand because they want what I have or what I'm offering, or yes, what I'm offering. And what I love, what I like is that they raise their hand that I have value. Because, you know, and that that in her saying what I really like, and I had not translated that myself, but you brought it out, is that when she said I need you, she said I love you. instead of me going to, oh no, you don't know, no, no, no. I mean, ugh, makes
But
me
that,
so
hey,
mad.
listen, here's the great news. If it happened once, it can happen again, meaning
Yes,
somebody can come out and go, I need you.
yes.
Now, how did she find out she needed you?
Because she's actually heard me. She's in my chapter of and has heard
Okay,
me.
so rather than a
speak.
30-minute answer, let me ask the question again.
She just heard me identify what I do.
How did she hear you?
But you mean the location or?
No, how did she hear you? How did she know she needed you? What made her what did she hear that made her say I need you? What did she see? What did she read? What did she hear? What did you speak? What did she hear that she made her go I need you? What activity were you in that she said I see that I need her, I'm going to go find her?
It was a it was in a networking environment
Okay.
that
Was it the color of your shirt or did she hear you say something?
no, she heard me say something. We've also had a conversation just outside of things that I think that she went, oh, I wasn't, we were just having a conversation,
Okay, so
and it was the words that I was
you having
using.
conversations or telling a story made her say I need you.
Yes.
Then I wouldn't do anything else but that. Don't organize your Rolodex. I would be
No.
out talking. I would be out telling stories. I would find any place you can speak. I would be sharing. I would be figuring out how to tell more stories. Where can you go tell stories? Because whatever you said, she said, I need that. Whatever that is, you need to go do more of that. And that's the only thing you need to do till that stops working.
Okay.
Period.
And working on the shutting down this, or getting my state back.
Yeah, but you were in state when you spoke. That's why she said she needed you. Well, then go speak more, go teach more, go share more, go have more conversations. Go tell people how awesome they are. If you can find the pill that you gave her, that would be one of the things I would uncover in your dialogue. Do you remember what it was that triggered you,
Yes.
that made you become so gracious to come up and put your hands on my shoulder and say, I need you? Because I'd love to know what that elixir is. I'd love to know what was in that cauldron. Because I want people on the Hot Mess Express. Listen,
Thank you,
you may
Sean.
wind up down a whole different path of what you thought you were going to go do. The key is
Absolutely.
the universe wants you out there. And this is a clue that the universe says, this is what we need you to be talking about. But that's not what I talk about. Bullshit. That's what she said I need a Hot Mess Express for.
Was was that fear that, yeah, the fact that it might not be what I thought I'm supposed to be, that I've decided that it is mine rather than being open.
So that's why your DMP is clear.
Yes.
That's why you say these are the prices I'll pay, and I'll be happy to be surprised when you deliver the either this method or another method. But when your DMP is clear, the strategies we have aren't going to be the strategies it uses. But we have to start the strategies in order for the thing to happen.
Okay.
If you're not in the right business, you'll be in the right business, but you have to start, right? It says in Science of Getting
And
Rich. If you're not,
that's Wallace right there.
that's it. If you're not in the right business, you can get into the right business, but you have to start where you are.
And that's what I embraced. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you for clearing my waters, for helping me clear my waters.
Or stick a big oar in it and go.
Thank you, Sean. Thank
You're
you, thank
welcome.
you, thank you. I love you.
Love you too. Let's go to hold on. What's coming to my head? Let's go to oh gosh. Visa Land, Serbia.
Visa land, man. Great morning. It's
Great
been.
morning.
It's afternoon for us almost.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I wanna get something off my chest here because I found the ring, by the way. For everybody, just for context, this is a ring that has a David Star on it. I'm not Jewish, but I work with a lot of Jewish people, and they make a joke that I love money so much I'm more Jewish than they are.
Sure.
They bought me the ring. It was like $5 at the fair, and they bought me the ring, and I wear it for good luck. And has been bringing good luck. And then, just as Sean pointed out yesterday, since I was on a high, there was definitely something was going to happen. And then later on afternoon, yesterday's afternoon, me, my mom, and my aunt, we had grab lunch. I wanted to celebrate, the visa. And I gave my mom this ring as a joke. She wanted to see it, and then she lost it. And then we did not know where it was for several hours, and I got started panicking because I love it so much. And she found it at the end. So that was interesting. But anyway, I just want to salute you, man, for everything you did for me so far. I've been thinking about it last night. I watched the replay several times last night of our conversation yesterday, and I remembered what I said during the interview when the lady was asking me about you and who you are to me, because they wanted to make sure, we're not going to do something funny.
Right.
And I specifically remembered that she asked me a specific question that said, if you go to this convention, because I told her it's a business conference, and she said, if you go through with this, what's that going to do for you? What do you gain from this? Why do you need to go there? And I said, well, I have everything to gain. And she said, what do you mean? And I said, I've been working with the man for no fee, not free, but no fee for the past 5 years. And he's just helped me a lot. And she said, what do you mean? And I said, well, how come or how often do you see 23-year-old guys show up here for a visa and they have everything that I have? And she said, okay, you're right. Their visa is approved. That's how the conversation ended. That's what I remembered last night when it came to me because I was journaling, after watching the replay for several times. That's actually how the conversation ended. She said, okay. And then she asked me another question about you hiring me, and I said no. And she said, okay, I see. You're approved. And I said, okay, thank you. Then I said the thing about the thank you card. And I started journaling last night after the emotions came down, after I came off a high, right? And I realized that yesterday I learned one of the most valuable lessons ever. And the lesson is, actually, let me not paraphrase, but let me go in my Bible here, open it up and preach the sermon. I'm just kidding. I realized that the most valuable lesson I learned is number one, the immense negative emotion I felt the first time around when I got denied was definitely a kick in the mouth, and it took me a day or two to get around it. But today felt ecstatic. It felt so good. He said to bottle that up and use that every time when I think of my dreams. It definitely feels a lot better because I'm ready for the love. Sean helped me become aware that this is payback for oranges I bought to Sasha's wife and the 30 cents I gave to that girl. So naturally, I want to give more now. Puts me in the right state. This, alongside with the first time when I got denied, are the most important lessons I ever learned. One taught me how to overcome and deal with challenges, and the latter taught me how to do it successfully in the first place. USA, here I come. So it was so good last night, um, because the emotion came down just as you said it will, and there's always an opposite. And then it came down, and I said, okay, I have the option now. I have the opportunity to either go downstream and feel negative because the high came down, or let's make something out of this. So I decided to journal, and then I wound up being and having a profound, calm moment last night. And the reason for it is I understood the lesson. And the lesson was that this shiitake works. Okay. I thought of it. I had a white hot burning desire to visit the States. I was truthful. The first time around I wasn't. That's why I failed. The second time around I was. I was truthful. I told him I'm gonna attend the conference. I'm gonna then go to Chicago and see, what's out there, and then I'm gonna come home. And then maybe some other time I'm gonna pursue some opportunities, but this time I'm gonna do it as I said I will. I was truthful, so I thought it, had a desire, I was truthful, and I took the action. I practiced. I watched over 70 videos online on how to prepare for a visa, how to do this, how to do that, how to make your DS-160 perfect, what to wear. I mean, I went ludicrous. I was even watching videos on what to wear during the interview. I mean, how to approach the window. Do you say good morning? Do not say everything. I mean, I thought of every single detail, and I came there, and it just as you said. I mean, it was effortless. I came there expecting, again, I was expecting a failure. I was expecting for them to focus on my prior refusal. I was expecting to explain my former failures. And she did not even ask a question about that. She led a conversation with me as if it were my first time. And I journaled all of this last night, and I said, this shiitake works, man. And I have evidence that it works. So every time I put asterisks in this entry, I kind of highlighted it with all kind of colors and shapes and pens and whatnot, because I understand that this entry is one of the most important ones, because every time in the future from last night, from Friday 13th, the Thursday the 13th of March 2025, every single time, if I have an insecurity about if something's gonna work out, if whatever, I'm going to go back to this entry and understand the two most important lessons, one being denied and how to deal with challenges and how to overcome them. And then the second lesson is how to do it right from the get-go. And I want to thank you for helping me become aware of that. JM3 myself, JM3 yourself. And I want to say I am just full of self-love, and I'm going to steal the word from Heather, being proud, and I love this. I honestly love this. So thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Ready for the upgrade?
Always, yes.
Don't ever go back to read that until you put yourself in state before you read it.
Well,
because you can disbelieve it. As strong as you are and as much as you're aware of the information, what'll happen over time, if you were to say house, 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 and say it 1,000 times, somewhere around 400, like, I don't even know if that's the right saying. Repetition is good. It's how the brain learns. The key is that when you are prepared, the thing you are seeking is seeking you. Isn't that a phrase we've all heard before? The thing you are seeking is seeking you. And the challenge is all too often when we set our goals, we look at it. I always use this image because I was never good with the ladies. So if I went to a bar and I'm tall, I'm big, I'm usually one of the biggest guys, tallest guys in the bar. I've got a sense of humor. I'm not the sexiest guy. I'm not Don Juan, but I'm Don whoa almost. So if I look down at a bar and some gorgeous creature caught my eye, I'm like, oh my God, she's looking at me. That's what happens with our dreams. We are so used to when the thing we are seeking seeks us, we're like, oh, stop. So you have got to lock eye contact, and you locked eye contact with coming to the States. And then you realized it can see right through you. So you said, I still want to go to the States. I'm just going to be, I don't want to have to be looking over my shoulder. I'm going to show up as the best version of me. And all of the preparation, the universe wanted to see if you'd pay the price. When you said, I'm going to the States, did you say 70 hours of videos and I got to buy new clothes were part of your thing? No. D6172, I learned how to fill that out. That wasn't, I'm going to the States and I'm going to go and I'm going to go and I'm going to start some businesses and I'm going to go do this. You're still going to do all of that, but you weren't ever operating from your core philosophy. And then you over prepared, right? Jim Carrey says, be so good they can't ignore you. You were so good they can't ignore you. And then you show up and you go, that was easy. Of course it was easy. They couldn't have asked you anything that you didn't know, which is why when you set your DMP, you study it every day. You did more studying for your visa than you have for your DMP. Now you do your journaling. You do more than most, I guarantee it. But what you've now experienced is the opportunity to realize a level of state that very few people understand. Very few people understand. Oh, wow, you got lucky. You found the right person. Luck had nothing to do with it. You made it all possible. And you know that. And when you know that, you now realize the responsibility you have to yourself. Everything you're about to go do. Well, let me think. No, everything you're about to go do is based upon the way you choose to see it. In this moment, choose joy or misery. It's that simple, brother. Always get into state before you read that, because the reading is the evidence. It is not, that is not the journal entry. The journal entry is the thought that made the journal entry the result. That is your success ticket. That is your golden ticket, your journal entry. You got to remember what you did to get the gold. You won before you got to remember you won before you made the entry. The entry didn't make you win. Too many people think their writing makes them win. You have to have the state of mind to win. You've already won before you've done the right. You get married before you get proposed, before you go do the vows. So if you're not already married to your goal, you're never going to show up at your goal's never going to show up at the church. You're going to be standing at the altar for the rest of your life going, where the hell is my goal? Well, you never married me before we get to the church.
Bonus.
My bride and I were married beforehand. I was picking out diamonds on the hood of my car with Michelle in the car. Had a jeweler from Miami come up, and I was looking at diamonds on the hood of my car. He's opening up the little white bags. I told Michelle, crap, we got to go meet a guy. She was in the car. She knew we were getting married. It's not a secret. She didn't want to see the diamond. I designed the ring. I said I wanted to be a compression ring. I wanted it to be out of white gold. I think it was out of platinum. And the holder to be out of white gold because that's more malleable. And the little ring underneath to keep it for, and it was but I'm there picking out the diamond. She sees me on the hood. She knows we're getting married. It's not a shocker. Did your dream, have you married your dream yet? Do you show up every night? Do you do little booty calls with your dreams? I know that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, if you're not sneaking in windows to go see your dream, it ain't happening. You can write it down all you want. You can tell everybody you're going to do it. I'd stop telling everybody what you're going to do. Get out of their ears and into their eyes. Just start going, taking care of you. Does that make sense, AJ?
That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, think of the girl when you were younger and you were told you can't go date her. You shouldn't be hanging out with her. And you're like, yeah. And it was like the worst thing ever for you, but it made you feel like the thrill. What'd you learn? What'd you like?
I knew we were going to come down to this. I knew this.
Hey, listen, consistency. That's my middle name.
I knew this
Something
was
with a C.
Murph. Yeah, well, let's see here. I learned that, Okay, let me put it this way.
This is what, so be aware that as you ask people this, and be aware that as the advancing man, right? Science Getting Rich, the advancing man that AJ is, he knows the question's coming. He knows it's always coming. Would you learn? Would you like? He's doing things that he's excelling at rapidly. Why is this still a challenge? This is what's called new neural networks. This is called neuroplasticity. We are expanding the brain into a possibility. And the reason the brain needs to know what does it learn is so that it can say, this is a safe pattern. If I don't ask you what you learn, too many people go have amazing experiences and they have incredible successes. And because they never decided that this was a learning experience to benefit from, to grow their mind, to grow their mind-body connection, to know that it's okay to feel this excited, to feel this much love, they wind up disengaging from it because it's not part of their current identity. None of the things he has are part of his current identity. His new apartment, he's got a new apartment. He's got a new lady. He's got a reserve sign on his thing. He's got a visa. He's got this, all of this stuff happening, a new position, relationships closer with his parents. He's got 1,001 things new, which ain't the old version of him, which he's getting his ass kicked every day by some little thing. Oh my gosh, that's like the old story and this, that, and the other. So until you learn what it is that you learn that's allowed you to advance to the next step, you'll never repeat it. I want him to repeat this. And I want this to be the old Irish thing. May the best of your yesterdays be the worst of your tomorrows. May the excitement of walking out of the, could you imagine if you lived it, the excitement, the worst day you would ever have is the excitement of walking out going, it's intended. And then when you got it, that it's approved. Oh my gosh. If that's the lowest feeling you'll ever have for the rest of your life, how crappy is your life? So, what'd you learn? What'd you like?
Well, well. Yesterday, when I walked out of the embassy,
Yeah.
I took a stroll because the U.S. Embassy, of course, is in the richest part of town.
Wow.
Shocker, of course. The State Department pays for that, just so you know. Okay. So it's in the richest part of town where all the other people with a lot of money live. And I was walking down the street. I took a stroll about 100 yards before I called a cab, and it was all these villas and all these houses with worth millions and whatnot.
Yep.
Said, wow, I felt like I could invent Facebook at that point. And coming to this, yesterday I saw a video online. I was doom scrolling, and I saw a video. It was this guy, what's his name? Dean Graziosi.
Yep. Dean Graziosi. Yep.
I I think it was him. Anyway, he was talking about distractions, partly to what we discussed yesterday, and today with you saying that you gotta lock in. You gotta think about your goals all the time. You gotta booty call them at 3 o'clock in the morning. You gotta. And he said there's a lot of people complaining about traffic, complaining about if their steak was medium or well done or whatever, or so on. And maybe they took a parking spot that's like 50 yards away from their usual spot or whatever. And he said, just it kind of connected in my mind with what you've been saying now. If I complain about traffic or do any of the sort, right? I mean, anything, any of the sort, any little thing, as you pointed out.
Mhm.
I'm not, in return, I'm not, therefore, obviously, booty calling my dreams at 3 o'clock or whatever, doing all those things. I'm robbing myself of my success, and I got problems. Like, if I complain about traffic, I got problems. So I don't want to have problems. I want to have less problems. I want to have more successes. That's what I learned, that it really goes together. I mean, one hand washes the other. That's the way I understand it now.
Mhm.
That's what I learned from today's and yesterday's conversation combined. And then what I love, I just simply love how it makes me feel. I
So
feel
if that's the key, then wouldn't it be good to stay in that state so that that vibration, if law of attraction is that, then wouldn't you want to just keep bringing more feeling great to your life?
Yes, sir.
How could anything ever bad happen?
I feel with all of this, I feel smart, man. I feel smart because I see how it works. Last time I'm
It's
telling you,
listen, it's genius level understanding.
yeah, definitely. I just didn't know what words to use, but
Yeah, no,
uh,
it's awesome. Congratulations.
I feel smart.
And this is why you have to hang around those kinds of individuals, because there was a great video, and I've seen it a couple of times now. A big guy like me tells this little girl to get up on a chair. She's probably 19, 20, tiny size compared to him. He's 6'2", she's 5'3". Says, get up on the chair. He says, now pull me up. She can't pull him up onto the chair. He says, you want to see how easy it is to pull somebody down? He just goes like this. He says, whenever you step up, people are wanting to pull you down. He says, we spend so much time trying to pull other people up. All they're trying to do is pull us down. They think we're trying to pull them up, but we're giving them the handle. We're giving them the handhold to pull us down because they don't want to go up. They say they do. People lie. People lie. Shocker, shocker. So you're going to, the more you advance, the more you become a target. Just be aware of that. And you can have bulletproof armor that weighs as light as a feather. It's called state. Isn't that fascinating? That's my armor. Isn't that fascinating? Look at that. That's just, isn't that cool? What awareness. Congratulations.
Hey, after this one, do I just click on Mastermind Alex after this
Yes.
one?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Hey, Gigi Francois in the house.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Outstanding, my love. It's so good to hear your voice.
Interesting morning.
Yeah, shocking.
Because today I'm normally supposed to be at work at this time on my way to work, but I asked for the day off. Not really for any reason. I just didn't want to work today.
Right.
And I still was up at 5:30 like I normally am when I have to go to work, but I
Yeah.
was just up thinking a lot.
Good.
And
We love thinkers.
yeah, and I was up journaling. And
No, say it's not true.
so with the thoughts in the journaling, I had a thought I had a thought that I thought of a few years back about like me and my like future children
Mm-hmm.
and telling my future children that you can be, do, or have anything,
Mm-hmm.
but then realizing that I'm not doing that. So it's like I'm telling my children this, but I'm not living this and knowing like I should be living by the example, even though I don't even have kids yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said something when you were talking to Louise. And you said something about being a number one R&B singer,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like I've been awakening to this dream that I had as a child,
Uh-huh.
and that was the dream. And I was like, wow, okay, why do I feel like I want to cry right now? But I feel the tears welling up in my eyes.
That's just normally Sean protocol.
Yes, they're already welling up. Oh my gosh. But I feel like I've never really admitted that dream to anybody other than myself.
Awesome.
So I guess that's a step in the right direction. But I don't know. So I don't know why I felt
Oh,
the
but
need to talk.
here's the thing.
Mhm.
Instead of I don't know, say I'm curious to learn more about it, right? So that the universe doesn't have to bring you, I don't know. Go, ooh, she wants to know more. We'll bring you more clues. So say I'm excited to see more clues.
Okay,
The
I'm
other thing
excited
is
to
that
talk to
if it showed up today,
you.
great. Now it's something that it's okay to look at. Now it's okay to think about it. Okay, so what would be my stage name? Do I need to go get the purple glasses that I had on when I did my video? I mean, not purple, my pink glasses, my big red rosy glasses.
Mhm.
Hey, it's a start. Congratulations. Thank you for sharing it with us. Hey, live here, we've got the recording when you're this big pop star, if that's the path you go down. We were here when she said, I want to go do singing.
Yeah, because I started taking vocal lessons, but then I stopped.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah, I know, right? And I'm seeing like this pattern of constantly like starting and stopping things.
Well, go find your archetypes,
Mhm.
talk to your queen, and say, hey, listen, what's this music thing about? Go create a music archetype. If you listen to Bert Goldman,
Mhm.
right, called The American Monk, he talks about your doppelganger. You have a doppelganger pop star. Pop star, you got a doppelganger rap star, you got a doppelganger opera singer, you got anything you want. There's a doppelganger version of you as close as your skin that is a musician, a singer, the Queen of England, the bum living underneath the bridge is a judo expert. It's anything you want. There's a version of you that exists in that world. Go have a conversation with her and see what she says. Because here's the thing, sometimes when we sit down and we play it out,
Mhm.
we'd be like, no, because that would mean I would have to turn into this. I don't want to be that version. So can I switch? Can I tweak my doppelganger so I make better decisions so I don't wind up down that path? But yeah, if you're having that urge, then go sit down with that urge while you have the day that you've given to yourself, because this would be the hardest work you've ever do. This would be more difficult than work, which is why you took the day off to work on you, the most difficult work you'll ever do. And sit with your journal, put your voice recorder on, just talk it out.
Okay, I could do that.
Yeah. Make it easy, make it effortless. Hey, listen, I just had an awareness and I would turn the tape on and I would just the tape. How old am I? And welcome to the 1970s. I would turn the recorder on and just say, hey, listen, I don't know where this, and start off with that saying, I don't know where this conversation is going to go, but I had this urge to revisit my singing career, my pop career, my sharing my voice, because you realize singing is the highest form of prayer, right?
Mhm.
So maybe there's a prayer that you need to sing or say or have. What are you praying for? What does your body need to pray for that singing can give you the way to pray for it?
Say that again.
What your prayer, singing is the highest form of prayer.
Mhm.
There's something in your body that needs prayer because your body vibrates when you sing. That's why it's the foremost high. It gets your whole body. When you sing, you're getting your lungs and the vibration going out of your voice into your whole body. So it tunes your whole body. There's something in your body, something in your spirit that needs prayer for, that brought you back to your singing. There's a prayer, there's an answer you're seeking, that prayer, that singing can give you the way to pray for its solution. That's what I'm hearing.
Mhm.
And I love
Good.
the furrowed eyebrow going, isn't that interesting? What WTF?
Yeah.
What the fun?
Well,
What the frequency?
yeah, because I felt that when you said it.
Yeah.
I didn't just hear it, I felt it.
Yeah. And that's what it is. So the singing gives your whole body. Dancing moves your body, but singing does more. Dancing is the vibration coming in. Singing is the vibration coming out. So there's something inside of you that needs to be brought forward, that needs prayer, that can only happen from the inside out. This is what's just downloading. So you just start singing. Maybe go sing your dialogue. Hey girl, what you doing? Right? You know, like, oh God, get that out of my head.
I'm
For the
gonna be
humor.
thinking that all day.
So that's what I'm hearing. There's something inside you, somewhere deep inside of you, generationally, 1,000 years ago, somewhere there's a vibration inside of you that needs to be activated, that only your singing, your voice and vibration can bring forth. That's an answer to a prayer that you're looking for. And when it happens, be ready for the vibration. You've had this happen before where it scared the bejeebies out of you. Know that this is what you've sang for and this is what you're singing for, right? Yeah, you feel I'm hearing it because I'm hearing you scream. I'm hearing you get wildly like, ah, my gosh, that just what was be ready for something like that.
Not to think that I'm losing my mind and going
Yeah,
crazy.
no, well, you're going to lose a part of the mind that doesn't believe that you're that amazing. And you're going to get hit with the frequency. It's going to feel like a little jolt of joy. I'll just leave it at that.
I like that. I love that, actually.
Yeah, I know. That's what's exciting about this is that because you had your hand up for a while and normally you would have put it down. So I'm glad it stayed up and I'm glad you were still here. And to know that you took the day for you, not the day off, because you're going to do harder work than you've ever done at any time in your life. Because now you're focused on you. You said, I need more of me.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
wrote that in my journal this morning. Something
oh,
along that
wow.
line.
Shocking. Yeah. I wonder how all this stuff happened. You need more of you. We need more of you. And we can't get more of you till you are okay with you getting more of you. So, like with Louise, the universe came up and said, hey, girl, I need you. I'm a hot mess and I need you. And you're going to sing yourself through it. You're going to vibrate yourself through this. And you're going to let this vibration come from the outside, from the inside out, not always from the outside in. You're no longer going to be the external influence. You're going to be this internal influence. And you're going to awaken some things in you that you've touched on before, you've brushed up against, you've felt that warm breeze in the past. And you're like, ooh, what was that? That felt pretty good. Ooh, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Like that lover who touches your shoulder, you're like, ooh, whoa. Right? This is you becoming aligned and alive inside of yourself. So yeah, just start.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Love
Thank
it.
you.
Love you. Thank you for showing up.
Love
Thanks
you.
for being in my world.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Last thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways? Take with you. We can all start singing. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses dying. 'Tis you must go and I must buy. Who else? Any last thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways? Okay. Blood moon tonight. Lunar eclipse. It's a very spiritual time for those that have that energetic feel. If some things are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in your world, it might or may not be affecting it. I know that there's a huge shift in the gravitational awareness, and there's just a lot of things coalescing. For if you do any research on it, you don't have to go into the occult to find this, right? Just be aware that there's a little gravitational field. There's a little shift in your little cylinders inside your brain gravitationally, or you're being charged, you're being moved. So there's some great potential to have an awareness of your next levels of things. So I love you tons. I appreciate y'all. I hope you have an amazing day. I know you will because you're already there. I'll see y'all where?
At the next
The
event.
next
At
event.
the next event. Somebody give me some Costa Rica.
Pura
Pura
vida.
vida.
Pura vida. We love you, Mark. And some Lydias.
Peace
Peace be with us.
Peace be with us all. And the queen of helping you see more in you than you could see in you, Jessie Lee Ward.
Boss.
Boss Lee.
Boss Lee, we love you, girl. And a little white fluffy.
Gurgly, gurgly, gurgly,
Gurgly. Right now, so Molly's laying right under the desk. And I mean, right under this area right here, next to my chair. But all of you know how sometimes when the dogs lay, their front feet and their back feet cross over each other and it looks like they're running midstream. Well, Molly's head is right underneath all of four of Beamish's feet. It's the funniest thing. It's so cute. I love how they love each other, and they don't want us to know they love each other, because they still growl right when she comes around sometimes. But they love her to death. I gotta take a picture of this. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Yes, we'll do a short call 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll see you all tomorrow morning. Mastermind, bring your stuff, bring your conversations, bring your DMPs, and we're gonna read through them real quick. Woo! All right, love you tons.
Love you, Sean. Thank you,
Love you,
guys.
Sean.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
You, love you guys.